If you are a black man who loves black women, the opportunities are endless. There's the classical African-American beauty queen look, like that of Felicia Rashad or Pam Grier or Chloe Bailey. Then you have your South Sudanese look. Then you have, some of the sisters over in the Caribbean and Jamaica. And of course, how can we not forget South Africa? You got West Africa. You got Black Brazilian, you have Black Dominican, you have Haitian, then you have your mulattoes. All are out there for brothers who love black women. But some of the most sought after women in the history of the African world are those from the Horn of Africa. We're talking about those from Djibouti, Somalia, Eritrea, and of course, the Queen Motherland herself, Ethiopia. Now, Ethiopian women come in many diverse looks, but one of the things are true. They drive black men crazy. And so do Eritrean women drive black men crazy. I did an episode with two Eritrean women on my Kengaina channel. It got 200,000 views. We did an episode with a lady from Eritrea on the Pan-African Dating Show. It got pretty good views. So black men love that look. And when black men talk about going over to Addis Ababa, they see Ethiopian women as very feminine, very polite, and of course, easy to get along with. The problem is, there seems to be some cultural issues. And by the way, stop the show. How could I forget my Rwandese and Burundian women? Anyways, rewind, Dima. Let's go back to this comment that I want to talk about today. There is a particular video that is going around social media discussing why Ethiopian women in America have a hard time dating black men. And I think this is very relevant to what's going on today. I want to play that particular video and then we're going to come back.
As an East African, it's pretty obvious we're not supposed to marry outside of our race. So a lot of us hide our whole lives. We fall in love with men and we don't tell our families about it because we are supposed to find someone from our village, right? So someone tells me a story recently and it triggered me so much because he basically told me how a long time ago he was dating an Ethiopian woman and he knows the rules. He's like, she's not supposed to be seen with me, but for whatever reason, she wanted me to come to her graduation. She invited me and I told her, I don't need to come. It's okay. I know your family's gonna be there. Don't worry. I'm not offended that I can't be there. It's fine. She's like, no, I want you there. He shows up. Why does she act like she don't know him?
Wow.
Because her family's there, she gets cold feet. Now, as much as I want to judge, I've done this to somebody I really liked myself. Because I saw my cousin walk by and I just acted like I didn't know this dude. I was so scared everyone's gonna find out that I let alone. Is it just that I like a boy? I don't even know. Does he have cooties? I don't know why I turned into this weirdo who just walked away and acted like I didn't know who he was. It was the weirdest thing. And it's because we're taught it's for survival. We don't want our families to find out or we don't want people to talk about our families or whatever the case. I don't think we know how detrimental what we're doing is. Yeah. We're treating people as less than people. What? Under what circumstances are you not supposed to be seen with someone? You don't even do that to animals. I can't be seen with you, a human being, let alone with Africans and Black Americans. It should be the other way around. The only reason we have any rights here is because Black people fought for the civil rights in this country. And for us to think that, it's just sick. I'm confused because who influences us? Especially Eritreans, we're influenced by Black culture. Whether we want to call hip-hop, Black culture, BET, whatever, all this stuff influenced us. That's who we want to be like. So why? I don't get it. I don't know. And this is me. I did this to someone too, so I'm not even trying to judge. I just feel like in Hafrala now we have to be embarrassed. Because there's no reason to be treating somebody as less than human. I can't be seen with you? Oh, I'm stressed.
It really is sad that you can't marry outside your race. She said that she's Ethiopian and according to their traditions with their people, they cannot marry outside their race. So she was interested in someone. If an Ethiopian is interested, a Black person from another culture, American man, they're not married. They're frowned upon being with him. I find that kind of strange. Outside of your race, if you're Black, you're Black. That's the way I see it, I know that the East Indian culture is like that. I had a friend from India. He said, I asked him, I said, why don't you guys marry outside your race? He said, because we want to preserve our race. Wow. I mean, I can understand some of that, but preserve? And like, like you're an animal. I mean, I'm not saying they're animals or anything like that, but like pedigree, we're going to keep the same, it's a human being is a human being regardless. This world is so screwed up in so many ways. And like she's right when she said, who makes up these rules as far as these traditions are concerned?
So I want to talk there. And I think a lot of the divide that happens in the black world comes with situations like this. And obviously, as an Ethiopian woman who has grown up in America and doesn't see the culture as, her ancestors did or her father or grandfather did, this is what is really been talked about today in the black world. And it's not just Ethiopian women that do this. Obviously, with West African women, it's a little bit more laxed with the parents. But Ethiopians are very closed off society. I know that for sure. Eritreans, very closed off. Might be getting a little bit better now, but very closed off society. And a lot of times you have women that are from these other communities like Ethiopia, Eritrea, especially Somalia. Shout out to Somalia. I was just, recently in Kenya, and it's almost impossible to see a Somali woman with an African American unless she's a Christian, and that's, still quite difficult. The reason is that a lot of times people look at African American men, even in the black world, as not being, number one, so cultured and not able to take care of responsibility and uphold and take care of a woman. That's how many groups look at us as black men. And it doesn't always have to be true, and we know that it's not true, but that's how they see it. A lot of groups that come to America, and I know we're going to get into the FBA thing, and she said something that was very interesting. She said, listen, these are the same blacks that allowed us to be in this country, and we get that. But that's different from the fact that I want you to date our daughter. And I want guys to understand the mindset of parents who are really, they have a daughter and their daughter wants to date an African-American man. What kind of man do you need to be to even qualify? I have a buddy of mine that is, I won't call his name because some of you may know him, but one of my friends is a very popular doctor. He's a psychiatrist. He has an Ethiopian wife. He's also a psychiatrist. It is very difficult for the average black man in America to, if you're dealing in America to date, a lot of times some of these women that come from different cultures, even in the black world. And I think that we as black men need to have an understanding of how these people look at us. And like I said, even she mentioned with some African guys, there is and the reason why that is because these people have a certain belief that, hey, my daughter has been raised a certain way in the community that you come from. You don't have any evidence of taking care of your women. I know a lot of brothers don't like that, and that might not be true for every man, but that's how a lot of people see us. It's not just that. I played a video. A Dominican lady also said the same thing. I want to play that clip for you guys that don't remember, and I'm going to come back.
I'm 41, and I can tell you, I can recall, I come from a very Dominican household. And all my life I've been hearing fix the race, fix the race, fix the race since the age of like 5 or 6. Make sure that when you ever get married and you start having boyfriends, that the boyfriend is lighter skinned than you, so that when you have babies that they come out lighter. Making me feel like there was something fucking wrong with me. Anyway, so I'm fresh, I'm fresh in the Marine Corps. My Marine Corps career had just started. I finally got to start dating because I'm out of the house and I could do whatever I want, right? So, remember, I've been told since the age of 6, no black men. Especially no American black men. I come home one day, just on leave, vacation time. It was like Thanksgiving or something. And the man that I'm dating, 6'4", 240 pounds, big black bald man. So I had prepared him for the atmosphere that he was about to walk in on. So we get upstairs and they open the door. My mom is super nice and friendly, non-black. My father is darker than me. And they greet him nicely, and they're all smiles in his face, but my boyfriend at the time can actually tell and feel that, they're not truly feeling him like that. I really told him exactly what I just prefaced this video with. They didn't want me dating black men because apparently black men is a no-go, and I need to fix the race, and I need to lighten the skin. You get it. So, correct. Whoever told you this is correct. They don't even want us dating. They don't even want us talking to black men. Meanwhile, I'm a whole ass black woman. Like, anyway, I'm attracted to what I'm attracted to. I love black men. Black men will be it for me forever and a day. Till the end of time. From infinity to infinity, it will always be black men. My mom and my dad can deal with it, live with it, because I even have a black daughter. So, I don't know what... my generation is starting to wake up. Unfortunately, we still have idiots like the one in the prior video talking this crap and this anti-blackness. And this is the reason why you see me on this app, stepping on people's necks and calling people out and lighting fire up people's asses when they do this anti-black bullshit. So yes, sis. Yep. This is truth, and this is my reality, and it has been my reality for the past 41 years. Never ending story. Anyway, tengan buen día.
So this also is evident of how I think many people in the diaspora feel about African American men. And I think that with that being said, for me, it should light a fire under me to say, okay, that's how you feel, but we need to change that reputation. I mean, and again, I think that's how it works. I think if let's say, for example, if I'm a father and you're coming wanting to date my daughter, then the first thing I'm gonna ask you is like, why are you not dating somebody in your own community? I'm not saying that you need to. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but that's how people feel. And I think that should kind of wake black men up. So wake black men up to say, all right, as a group of men, we need to be doing something to the fact where, all right, other groups are going to appreciate you for that. And I know people are going to say, well, they just hating and whatever. But why are there so many folks that feel like that about us? That's something that we got to talk about. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all that you do. We're out.